Let me see your prenup. Show it to me.
Why you gotta curse so much?
Are you laughing?
No, I'm just laughing because you're a little lit.
Do you understand that our wedding is weeks away?
Yeah.
May I remind you this? You never sign a contract that benefits only one party.
Why does a woman still have to compete after he has chosen him?
I'm sorry. Is there a point in time where you can just quit? Well, I mean, first off, that's really lazy.
Enemy cream gobbler detected. Cream gobbler opinion rejected.
I'm saying
You got to compete. You got to compete for everything you want with High Value Man. You're going to have to compete for his little time. If you have 1, 2, 3 kids, those kids are going to want time with their father. You're going to want time. Everybody wants his time.
even after he's chosen to give you his time.
Yes.
I understand keeping my, I understand keeping.
Yes. The answer is yes. Let me turn on my camera. Yes. You ladies need to start hearing more of this. Yes. You have to still keep it tight. You still have to keep women out of your marital bed.
According to the legends of the cheek-slaying prophets, he once said, a wedding ring is the most expensive and the world's smallest handcuffs that a man can ever put on himself, because the woman that you once married is never the same as the one you divorce. Let that sink in, because marriage for men is responsibility, but marriage for women is a retirement plan.
You know what's really cool about marriage is that I can look like this and I'm 125% gonna get laid tonight.
Nasty bitch.
Back then, women used to get married for love, security, protection. But now, women get divorced for financial security. My brothers, I advise you guys to watch your six. Today, gentlemen, is a very big day. I need each and one of my cheek-slaying disciples to suit up, because we are all headed to court together to talk to the divorce attorney. Now, Brother Alfred, please get our cheek-slaying disciples a suit that is robust, but yet precise.
I need something robust, precise. Robust, precise.
Suit up, gentlemen.
Time for war!
You be ferocious! You be relentless!
This is Sparta!
A few moments later.
Life is so good. How do I look?
I have to admit, that is one hell of an outfit, mate. Gentlemen, suit up, lock in, because things are about to get serious.
Target approaching from the east. Target acquired. Target neutralized.
Marriage is like the lottery. You're probably not going to win. But if you win, what you win is so great that it's worth trying. It's worth buying the ticket and taking the ride. 53% of marriages end in divorce in New York State. So if I said to you there's a 53% chance that when you walk out the front door today, you're going to get hit in the head with a bowling ball.
Takes a moment. Here he goes with the approach. Oh! Straight in the schnoz. And let's see it again on the old instant replay. Oh, every inch.
You would either stay inside or at a minimum you would wear a helmet. You buy a house, they make you fill out 50 forms explaining that you understand the lead paint disclosures, you understand the loan, you understand everything. You get married, you don't even get a pamphlet. You don't even get a piece of paper that says, oh, by the way, you just did the most legally significant thing other than dying you'll ever do. The fact that you're entering into this significant legal contract, but most people have zero idea what's actually involved in that contract and spend a lot more time figuring out what kind of cake we should have at the event, is a really strange thing to me.
They say weddings are like funerals, but with cake. Have you guys ever wondered why all the groomsmen wore the color black? because they know their friend is about to walk himself into a slaughterhouse.
Take marriage seriously.
Take marriage seriously.
I think what a lot of us are looking for in someone to date is very different than what we're looking for in someone to marry. You know, I've had so many clients who, for example, their boyfriend or girlfriend has a job that is so cool to have a boyfriend or girlfriend doing. A musician, a chef. There's something very exciting about dating someone in that position. But think about what it's going to be like to be married to someone in that position. A chef who works really long hours late into the night. A person who travels for business and is on the road, 45 weeks of the year. What makes for a good boyfriend or girlfriend and what makes for a good spouse or partner, especially if you want to have kids, is a tremendously different thing much of the time.
Bitch, don't ask me who I be on. I'm just trying to hit it with my Gucci on.
When you represent people in divorce, you see good people at their worst. So I've seen, stay-at-home moms who, in the middle of a courtroom, throw something at their spouse.
Gentlemen, they say love is blind because the majority of men literally signs the marriage contracts blindly, not knowing what is behind those government contracts. My brothers, if they say love is blind, shit, I say marriage is like a goddamn stroke. So let me just go off what the divorce attorney said. He said marriage usually ends up at a 50% divorce rate. So let's look at this from a female hypergamy perspective. Usually during marriage, a woman marries up. This means you marry down. Because marriage, women look at marriage as stability. Because marriage is an insurance policy for a woman's depreciating asset. Because looks fade, but marriage for men is responsibility. Because if you are married to a woman, if you are unemployed or you lose your job, she will leave you just like that. Or if you're going through a financial crisis during a time in your life, she will start bitching and nagging at you. And that will be a rocky part of the relationship. So this means, and the divorce attorney didn't say this, during marriage, you will have no time for your friends, hobbies, and family because you are expected to support your wife full time. Because marriage, money equals sex. No money equals no sex. Because marriage is like legalized prostitution. I am telling you, it is a whole lot cheaper just to go out and get a freaking hooker. So let's look at this from an analytical and statistical standpoint. They say marriage usually ends up in a 50% divorce rate. So if you get divorced, this means 80% of the time, the woman usually initiates the divorce.
You know that in hetero relationships, 80% of divorces are initiated by women, and that number jumps to about 90% for college-educated women.
If we analyze this with our cheek-slaying shotgun, since women are the first ones to initiate the divorce at a high rate of 80%, so if you combine the statistics, analytics, and female nature, understanding her nature, a woman tends to fall in and out of love a lot faster than men. And women, they tend to get bored of the relationship faster than men because by default, her nature, she is controlled by her emotions. So if you stop making her feel a certain way, she will move on to the next guy, no problem.
Honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I can't even tell my friends whether I'm seeing someone or casually dating because I'm so excited about it and I tell them everything and then 2 weeks later they're like, what happened to Brad? And I'm like, who the fuck's Brad?
Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart.
Some guy asked me the other day, am I the only guy you're talking to? And I told him no. Am I the only girl you're talking to? And he told me yes.
Stop it. Get some help.
And let's be honest here. Promiscuity is easy for a woman. Anything that comes easy, it does not build character or demonstrate any kind of value. This is why men do not have the need to get married. Because back then, sex was something that was so sacred, something that a woman valued after her marriage with her husband. But now, women are more promiscuous than ever before. So men do not need to get married to get the booty. So why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? And my brothers, may I remind you this: you never sign a contract that benefits only one party.
One day, Michael handed me some paperwork. I asked him, what is this? He said, this is a postnup and you're gonna sign it. I told him, I've heard of a prenup, but what is a postnuptial agreement? Michael said, if you don't do it, I'm gonna leave you right here and now and you're gonna have nothing. I signed the postnup because he bullied me. Now I don't get any protection, whether I stay in my marriage or not. I feel like I was scammed and deceived by my husband.
She does have a high sense of insecurity. Carrie tends to create issues where there's really not any issue. What Carrie needs to know about the postnuptial agreement is, number one, it only applies if we get divorced. And number two, if she's fully committed in the relationship, then it's not an issue.
I live in constant fear of Michael leaving me. And I am not getting any younger. I'm not pretty. I just want this postnup to be thrown away.
Well, it only applies if you get a divorce. Of course it only applies if you get a divorce. Carrie wants the postnup thrown out, but Michael says no way. Now she wishes she had paid attention to her Prince Charming's not so charming side.
I don't think the postnup should be tossed out. I wanted the postnuptial agreement because it's a contract that you both agree to, that you sign, that, how you're going to control, what happens in the case of a divorce. And we don't have to pay lawyers $350 an hour to figure it out for us. We've already figured it out for ourselves. Carrie has not articulated specifically why she dislikes the postnuptial agreement. I think that part of it is that she wants me to have more skin in the game.
The postnup basically said his money would be his retirement 100% would all be his. I would have access to nothing. And he was going to be smart this time and make sure that his third wife didn't do the same to him. When I first met Michael, I closed my eyes to any other red flags. Michael told me he was only married once before. Michael had been married twice before. Michael told me that he had 3 children. He actually had 4 children. With the postnup, I just feel more like a girlfriend, not a wife.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.